Bill O'Reilly here. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update, sponsored by Tax Network USA, America's #1 choice for tax resolution. Please go to tnusa.com/bill or call 800-245-6000. Coming up next, the news with Mike Slater.
Thank you, Bill. It is Monday, August 5th, 2024. Here's what's happening today in America. Carjacking illegal. Storm to Florida. Anne Frank statue, and American medals. That's all coming up. Then Bill's going to be here with your message of the day. But first, police in Loudoun County, Virginia were called to a 7-Eleven at 7:30 in the morning where they found a 50-year-old woman dead on the scene. She was run over by this man in her own car. Carjacker stole her car, and as he drove away, ran over the woman. Melody Waldecker was visiting her mom in a rehab nursing home, stopped at a 7-Eleven when this person stole her car. He was arrested 45 minutes later. He is from El Salvador and came here illegally. Debbie headed to Florida's Big Bend coast, where the Panhandle and the peninsula meet. 21,000 people have been officially evacuated. Last year, 73 people were rescued from a storm surge of Hurricane Idalia. Officials don't want that again. Ron DeSantis has declared a state of emergency for 61 of Florida's 67 counties, with the National Guard activating 3,000 Guard members. The governor of Georgia, Brian Kemp, made his own emergency proclamation on Saturday. Debbie is the fourth named storm of the season, and portions of southeast Georgia and South Carolina could see between 10 and 20 inches of rain, local amounts as high as 30 through Friday morning. A statue of Anne Frank in Amsterdam was defaced with pro-Hamas and pro-Palestine graffiti for a second time. Trump was right. You can't let the left tear down and deface statues of Robert E. Lee. It won't stop there. Next, it'll be George Washington, as he predicted. Indeed, it has been. And now it's Anne Frank, who, of course, was killed by the Nazis in a concentration camp when she was 16. Swimming in this year's Olympics have come to an end, and it was not great for the Americans in the pool. For the men, for the first time in 120 years, they had 0 gold medals. It came down to the very last race. Unfortunately, the American indeed won gold and broke a world record in the mile. So that streak continues. And then the women broke a world record in their final relay, which means that America in swimming beat Australia for gold medals. America had 8, Australia 7. And in total medals, America with 28, Australia with 18. It's usually not that close. In 2016, America had 16 gold and Australia had 3. I'm Mike Slater from the podcast Politics by Faith. The great Bill O'Reilly with your message of the day. Next.
Everything is expensive these days, you know that. The government is printing trillions of dollars and consumer prices higher than ever. If the government continues its printing and spending, the dollar could continue its free fall. But there are a few things you can do right now. American Hartford Gold can show you how to protect your money, your retirement, your hard-earned savings against inflation by helping you diversify a portion of your portfolio into physical gold and silver. Start with a short phone call, and they can have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your 401k or IRA. So please call or text them right now. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you. Call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, that's 877-444-GOLD or text GOLD to 65532. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. On this Monday, as we all know, I mean all of us who are conscious in this life, the American media veers left, sometimes sharply left, like MSNBC, the New York Times, the Washington Post, on and on. And press bias is everywhere, but sometimes it's hidden. So let me give you a very vivid example of bias in a deadly situation. So, as you may have heard on the news, Hezbollah, the terrorist organization based in Lebanon, launched a missile attack on Israel, and 12 children and teenagers wound up dead, 30 others hurt. That was worldwide news. But it was basically, this is what happened. Now, in response, the Israeli government killed one of the Hezbollah leaders in Beirut. And that story was reported quite differently. I heard it on the CBS radio news. And after they gave the details of the terrorist demise, they said, and some believe this might open a wider war. Well, the Hezbollah attack on the children, isn't that an entree into a wider war, CBS? You see the kind of bias here? Israel responds, and a wider war might happen. But the initial terror attack is reported down the line. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. You can reach me, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you wish to opine. Now let's go to the mail. Carol Abernathy, Oak Park, Illinois. I want to do whatever I can to defeat Kamala Harris. Fortunately, I live in a blue state, Illinois, where my vote doesn't count. What do you recommend I do? Local. If you're I'm in a blue state, New York. Okay, so if I vote my conscience. I don't care about the enrollment of the parties. But in local races, you can get involved there, Carol. I mean, it makes a difference. Peter, concierge member. Peter gets direct access to me. If Peter has a problem, we will help him. Think about concierge membership. I'm a Christian, but I didn't react with revulsion when I saw the Olympic exposition. I just thought what they did was disappointing and disgusting, but I paid it no more mind. Okay. But leadership is different. I think you want to protect your religion. Maurice, concierge member. Thank you, Maurice. The athletes should not suffer because of bad decision by the Olympic Games leadership. They're not. Nobody's holding anything against the athletes. And the TV ratings for the Olympics are good. Joseph, concierge member 3 in a row. Joseph. Bill, you said you supported term limits for the Supreme Court. About an amendment for term limits for Congress. Yeah, I'm a term limits guy. Now, in the Supreme Court situation, you have to grandfather. You can't slap those term limits on the present court. That would be unfair. Okay, but I think 20, 25 years, that sounds fair to me. Susan bought a package of chicken breast cutlets. It cost me $7 a pound. Insane. I'd never pay $52 for a plate of chicken. That was my commentary yesterday. Go to a restaurant, it's $52 for chicken. Come on. In a moment, something you might not know. Are you feeling the impact of recent timeshare industry changes? Now more than ever, the costs of timeshare ownership far outweigh the benefits. My friends at Lone Star Transfer are the only company I trust to help you get out. Our listeners' positive feedback demonstrates why I've supported the company for years. For more than a decade, they have helped over 20,000 owners get out of the timeshare. Their exclusive options can help you get out faster and easier, more than any other option in the country. They are the only company that will give you a written guarantee and release you from your timeshare in a specific time frame. With an A+ rating at the Better Business Bureau and thousands of 5-star reviews, customer service is their top priority. For free consultation and a guaranteed solution, please call 855-551-7066. That's 855-551-7066, or go to LoneStarTransfer.com. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. The heat wave currently basking the Middle East and Europe will go down as one of the most intense in world history. Here in the United States, the thermostat has topped 100 degrees in California, Nevada, Utah, Arizona, Colorado, and many other places. Those figures may seem extreme, but they're actually normal compared to some hot spots around the globe. Here are a few places to avoid if you don't like it hot. Small mining town of Cooper Pedy, Australia, has an average temperature of 120 degrees. That's the average. 80% of the residents there live underground to survive. The village has a subterranean Holiday Inn for curious tourists. Next, the Lut Desert in Iran. A few thousand folks live in 30 villages where surface temperatures can hit 130 degrees. It is so hot, bacteria cannot survive. Not much in the way of plant or animal life, but for centuries, local caves have been infested with cockroaches. Sounds like a great place, the Lut Desert. Over to Kuwait City, where it's actually illegal to work outdoors in the afternoon. With daily temperatures breaking 120, heat stroke is a serious concern. Businesses can be fined or shut down for exposing employees to intense heat between noon and 4 p.m. The hottest place on the planet is right here in the USA, Death Valley, California. Summer temperatures in the town of Furnace Creek can crack 135 degrees. Whoa. The extreme heat is a result of the town's elevation, 200 feet below sea level. Annual rainfall, 2 inches. And here's something else you might not know. Despite Furnace Creek's population of just 24 full-time residents, it hosts an annual golf tournament every summer called the Heat Stroke Open. It's the hottest recognized sporting event in the world. But beware, 1,300 Americans die each year from heat, most in Arizona. Back after this. If you own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles and have an auto warranty about to expire or have no warranty at all, listen up. CarShield has a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that's now available to the public. Save on out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. So please call CarShield now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. 800-925-7584 for a free quote. This protection plan is at an all-time low in price. Drivers who activate the vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. So please call for your free quote, 800-925-7584, 800-925-7584. Hey, what do you have to lose? 800-925-7584. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.